I'm Erik Linask. I'm here at Interop in New York City, and I'm chatting now with Tom Daly, who is the president and CTO of Dynamic Network Services. Tom, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Erik.
So tell me a little bit about what Dynamic Network Services does.
Yeah, so Dynamic Network Services is in the infrastructure as a service industry. It's kind of like software as a service, but we don't necessarily provide applications. We provide infrastructure to different companies, so back-end systems that help other portions of their network and their operations run smoothly. And we have two brands. One is called DynDNS.com, which has been around now for about 10 years. It's a consumer DNS service. We provide dynamic DNS services for about 3.5 million clients worldwide. And on the other side of the house, we have the Dyn Inc platform, which is an enterprise-grade DNS that's used by large companies worldwide to manage traffic in their network and control, how bits move around their network.
So, let's start with the enterprise platform. What differentiates what you're doing from some of the other alternatives on the market?
So we have a great deployment worldwide for our network. We have 12 global POPs providing DNS service around the world with a strong presence in the Asia Pacific region, which a lot of other providers don't have. We have an amazing web-based GUI for administration of your DNS zones. We have one of the best APIs that you can use. And that's especially relevant right now for cloud computing, because cloud computing just has all the problems with dynamic addressing as the older cable modems and DSL lines once had. You have all those problems in cloud computing again. So our dynamic DNS technology helps solve those problems.
Great. Now, who specifically are you targeting with that product?
So on the enterprise side, we really like to work with new technology companies, Web 2.0 startups who are just getting started, who are trying to find out how to scale their operations. And they could be scaling on managed servers, it might be in their own data centers, or it might be up on the cloud. And they want to start off with 1, 2, 3, 4 servers, and then they got to start growing that and scaling their user base across all of those systems, balancing load and traffic, and having a real robust way to do that at a low cost point. And so we provide our customers with a lot of value for their money, and we're not locking them into a piece of hardware like some other solutions do.
So does the increased interest in cloud computing and virtualization increase or take away from some of the challenges that you have to help your customers address?
Well, I think it increases the challenges because in the cloud environment, everything is dynamic, right? There's no static elements in the cloud environment. You can go provision an instance and have it come up, but it's not really yours. It might have been somebody else's a couple minutes ago. So you got to do some things to make it yours, and one of those things is addressing, and that's where we come in and help customers out.
Now, what about on the consumer side? What are you providing there?
So on the consumer side, two things. One is dynamic DNS services. Again, that's helping users get back to their home PCs. So if you're on the road and you have a PC sitting at home and you want a remote desktop to it or VNC or download some files, we enable that to happen, even though you might not have a static IP address on your home cable modem or DSL circuit. And then the other aspect of that business for us is in recursive DNS, which is the DNS system that helps you find other websites. So if you type in tmcnet.com, your local ISP actually runs a recursive DNS server that's going to help you find that. We call that service Internet Guide. Internet Guide is something brand new for us. We just launched it about 3.5 months ago. It's a service that actually delivers elements of security over DNS, right? So at home, what Internet Guide allows you to do is to filter out, phishing, malware, and virus distribution websites. And then we have a whole suite of content filtering categories. So you could block, adult content, or maybe you don't want your children on, sporting websites after school or something. You could block that. You could block business websites, whatever you want to do. We actually have over 70 different content categories that we're working with a data partner, a great company called Barracuda Networks, to provide this into the consumer base. And then you can do everything from blacklisting certain websites or whitelisting certain websites. And then if you so desire, if you fat finger a domain name when you're typing it in, we can provide helpful search results if you want that. There's some people that do and some people that don't. So we provide the option to turn it on or off.
Very interesting. Just make sure you don't blacklist tmcnet.com.
No, I won't. We'll go put it on the whitelist.
So, particularly on the enterprise side, the consumer stuff, obviously there's some real advantages there for home users. What are some of the next steps that you're looking at doing on the enterprise side?
So on the enterprise side, we just launched a new product about 1 month ago called CDN Manager. And so as companies are getting bigger and bigger, and just like yourselves doing more video on the internet, right? Your needs to deliver video bits to your user base are just growing exponentially every year. Just, the amount of video being pushed on the net just gets bigger and bigger. And with video, you have like player downloads and JavaScript downloads and all these other elements. And serving them from CDN really optimizes the experience. And traditionally, once you selected a CDN, you were kind of locked into it. And what CDN Manager does under our Dyn Inc platform is decouples the relationship between your domain name and a particular CDN provider. So now by using CDN Manager, you can actually say, hey, we're going to send 50% of our traffic off to Akamai, 25% of our traffic off to Limelight, and another 25% off to Cashfly, for example, and just peel that traffic and manage where that's going in the network. You might find that a CDN provider has a better presence in a certain region of the world, and we can help you say, all right, well, let's use the best possible CDN provider in the US versus Europe versus Asia. That sort of thing. So it's helping users move bits around the network, or customers move bits around the network in the most effective manner possible.
Flexibility for the sake of efficiency and optimization.
Absolutely.
Good, excellent. We've been talking here at Interop with Tom Daly from Dynamic Network Services. Tom, thanks for joining me.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a great show.
You too.